Hi, this is Angela Anderson. Welcome to my channel, Thankful Art. Tonight we're going to be painting one of my favorite paintings of all time, Van Gogh's Starry Night. We'll be doing it from start to finish live with you guys. I've got my husband Mark with me.
Hey there, everybody.
He's the man in chat, so let's get started. All right, I'm all prepped up here. I kind of considered painting the background with a dark coat, but I decided, well, kind of ran out of time, so you can do that if you want. Welcome, hi. This is a series of paintings that we're doing all year long called Color Crush. We focus on a different color every month, and this month's color is Indigo. And we are going to be doing Starry Night for our last one of this season, or this month. Yeah. Can you... There we go.
Yes, I can.
Thanks. I've got, let's go over our palette for tonight. I've got burnt umber, burnt sienna, yellow oxide, bismuth yellow light. I'm sorry, light bismuth yellow. That's how you say it. Cadmium yellow light, India yellow, Cobalt teal, and this one is phthalo green yellow shade, or phthalo green blue shade. I added that one at the end, obviously. Phthalo blue light. Nope, light phthalo blue, light ultramarine blue, and this one is ultramarine blue, cobalt blue, and Prussian blue. Prussian blue is the one we've been using all month long. Unbleached titanium, and then this one is neutral gray 8. And then this one is titanium white. Okay. I've got a lot more colors out here. These are convenience colors. The yellow and the two here are kind of pre-mixed light versions. Fitzy is working his bed back behind me here, if you're hearing. It's like why he decided right now to do it. Waited for the show to start. Yep, to get his bed fluffed. Okay. Are we all good back there? Looks like we're good. All right. And dog. Studio assistant, I should say.
Not me.
No, that would not be Mark.
I fluffed my bed before the show.
All right.
What was the light yellow again?
Bismuth yellow light, which bismuth yellow is, one that you can buy, but it's very similar to cadmium yellow light. So I'm just considering it like this plus white. Would give you this one. It'll just give us a head start on our lights. There's a lot of light yellows and light blues and things that are mixed in here. So these light colors are just kind of a cheat so that we don't have to mix them on the go. It'll save us some time tonight. We got a lot to do, so I'm just going to jump right in. I've got a 9 by 12 inch canvas. The original would be, what would you say, like a 16 by 20? It wasn't we saw it in person. Yeah. It wasn't super large, so this isn't that far off. It's probably, maybe twice the size, but for our purposes tonight, I think it'll work. And really, you could size up whatever you wanted to. And if you are sizing up your canvas, size up your brushes accordingly. So if you're going double the size I'm using, then double the size of the brush,
It was 29 by 36.
Oh, so it's larger than I thought.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that's quite good size. I don't remember. It just looks small on that big old wall. It has a wall to itself. We've got my Van Gogh Lego overseeing. We've got Van Gogh, the Starry Night set in my studio in the corner. We weren't going to pull it over for you to see. Sorry, it's too big. But, yeah, it'll be fun. All right. So for brushes, I'm going to be using my Aspen brushes. They've got nice texture. We're going to be doing lots of juicy brush strokes. Those are great for pushing paint around. And then I'll probably also use my Willow's blender. Or blender brushes, they're called now, from VelvetTouch as well. So, all right, I've kind of chalked out a little bit of just markings on my canvas here to give me a head start, but I'm going to go ahead and just use my blender 1/4 inch, and we'll just kind of paint in our lines, and then we'll block them in with a larger brush and go from there. So I think that's what I'm going to do here. Instead of painting the whole background color, I think I'm going to block in certain sections with different colors, and then we'll put our little brush strokes on top of that. Really, there's no right or wrong way of doing this. This is just kind of what I'm coming up with here, since I did not get I was thinking I would paint my whole background with the Prussian blue and paint over that. So if you want to do that, you can. I think that it would look good. So I'm going to get some Prussian blue and just add some water to it here, and we'll mark out our lines. So about halfway up here is where this section starts here, and you've got this little tree thing of an interesting shape, and it goes at an angle down to about the third. So it starts at the half this way and goes down to about the third on this side. Got a nice long here, and I'm kind of just marking where these mountains sort of end. So this long mountain sort of ends about the halfway mark. If you want to just kind of keep that in mind. Sort of does like that. There's a little bit of something right there. I might move that up and over just a little bit. So there, okay. Then there's another little bump right here. Comes up and down, and then this is where our thing starts there, and then it ends right in here somewhere. This tall cypress is right up on the quarter mark. So, which is really interesting to me, the way he did his composition, because the moon over here, like I would generally put my focal point moon maybe right here, like if I was doing this, just because, you know, that's sort of the rule, right? You put things on the thirds. But he didn't do that. He put it way up in the corner, which adds this interesting tension to the whole piece, because you've got this focal point piece that's almost just like going off the canvas over here. It's really interesting. And then the same thing with this one. He's got, so it balances it, because if you put this tree here, everything would be kind of leaning this way, but he puts it so far over this direction that it stops it from going off. In fact, I'm going to move it over even more. It's really over here, right? It's way up in this area here. And so you've got these two things that are kind of, and then he's got one more little trick right here where he splits almost on the center. It's just slightly off center. He's got this spire of this church, and that just kind of pulls it all down and makes this V shape. Just a really interesting composition, and you know, pretty, I would say, kind of revolutionary use of composition, you know. I don't know. Maybe other people did it. I'm sure they did. He went to art school.
Well, he was in the asylum when he did this.
He was in the asylum when he did this?
Yep.
So
He checked himself in.
maybe the voices were telling him to do it this way. Who knows?
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, it was
you
the
never
view
know.
he had outside his window.
Wow, that's really cool.
137 years ago
Wow,
in June.
amazing. I'm going to block that out because I'm not going to use that. It's pretty cool. In June, you painted this?
Yeah, they say somewhere in June, like the 15th through the 18th. I don't know if it was done in a day or a couple days, but
Right.
yep.
Wow. I did my first study of Van Gogh in high school. I did a project for an English class where you had to write a paper on a famous person, and I wrote mine on Van Gogh, and I found him fascinating and tragic, and he was probably not an easy person to get along with because he had bipolar, so he was kind of erratic at times, but obvious genius, just amazing. All right, so there's this kind of line here too that helps create this wedge shape right here. And then there's another mountain here that comes up pretty high. and just skirts this one.
Your biggest fan has joined us.
Hey Noah, how are you? My granddaughter. Gonna get to see her for Easter. Just made her Easter basket actually the other day. Very fun. Lots of fun stuff in there. And I put in stuff for Uncle Spency too. So he's gonna have to share it with Noah. Right. Uncle Spency is our, how old is he? 20 something? Living with him. Is he 25 now?
24.
24, yeah, 24. I think that sounds right. Try not to think about it too much.
We stopped focusing on ages a long time ago.
That's right. All right. So then there's these houses here. So they kind of come straight down from the church. There's one here. And then there's two more that are kind of offset here and here. And then there's these rolling green fields of whatever. And then some more houses settled in here. Okay, so that'll be good enough for down there. Let's go ahead and do some of the swirly sky stuff. So there's a section of yellow that comes up, goes across, and just kind of feeds across the sky here. It does this really interesting loop down here. And then this huge swirl here, which adds so much movement and kind of meets up with this. Right. Back up just a little bit. Bring that over just a little bit. Okay, and then you've got a star here. Here, two small ones here and here, bigger one here, little one here, and another one right up at the top here, and then two more. This comes out here, so I'm gonna have to have that. I need to bring that up here and back down, right there. So then there's two more fitted right here and here, and then one more right here, and then another really big one right in here. It's right there. So this one ends right. I have this up too high here. This needs to end down here. So that one's here, and then this is all that slipstream yellow stuff. Okay, I think we've got it close there. That looks fairly good. And then I guess one last would be to put in our, I'm going to go ahead and just use yellow, but put in our moon. It's kind of turned green, but that's okay. So you could kind of do a circle and then cut off a circle inside the circle. That looks like kind of what he's done a little bit. Yeah. Actually gonna do that in blue because I do see some blue in there, so maybe make it bigger. It's quite big. Okay, somewhere like that, maybe higher. Is it higher? I feel like I'm kind of bringing it down a little bit. I'll figure it out as I go.
I don't know. It's pretty close.
I'll figure it out. Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and get my yellow in, because those will be easy to cover, or, you know, we'll have a lot to cover. So let's go ahead and put in some of the yellow areas. And let me get a bigger brush for this. So maybe for Filbert, a little bit larger. And I'm getting the Unbleached Titanium and some of that Indigo yellow. I'm getting kind of all my yellows here. I'm just gonna kind of block in sort of where my yellows are gonna go. Okay.
One of our old friends has joined us tonight.
Who?
Miss Dominique.
Oh, hi, Dom. Good to see you.
Back from raising kids.
Nice. Yeah.
When you have young kids, time goes by.
I know it. Isn't it crazy? And then they're all grown up and having kids of their own. So I was just...
What do they say? The days are long, but the years are short.
Yes, exactly. I have to confess that I did kind of cry a little bit this week over my youngest getting a job. Congrats to Spencer. He got a job. But I cried because I was like, he's not coming home.
Kind of hoping he wouldn't, so you had to move back in.
It was like the final nail in the coffin. Like, I knew he's been gone for over a year now, out of town and trying to get a job. And he graduated from college a couple of, almost
year and a half ago.
Yeah, a year and a half ago. And so I just, but like, I don't know why I reacted that way. It was like, we were so excited. I am excited for him, but it was like, part of me like just kind of went, oh, because I was like, oh, he's not going home. he's really gone.
Yeah. Which is good.
It is. It's the way it should be.
Yeah.
It's the way it should be. I'm not saying that. I'm just, as a mom, my heart kind of broke a little bit.
So what kind of bird mom would you be?
Bird mom?
Yeah. Would you be forcing them out of the nest, or would you be like, no, they can stay here?
Yeah. It would 100% be. Well, we had good kids, though. Maybe if they were really annoying, I would be kicking them out. But our kids were not annoying.
This is true.
Our kids were pretty awesome. So
your spouse on the
some
other
other
hand.
kids, some other people's kids, I would be kicking out.
What about your spouse?
No, he's all right. He can stay. Excuse me. Don't make me laugh. We watched. Mark and I are both getting over a cold. He's kind of worse off than I am right now because mine's been about a week.
About a 2-day lag.
Yeah, exactly. And we watched Anaconda on Netflix the other night, and we were laughing, and we would have to stop the movie to cough to recover, and then keep going because we were laughing so much we were coughing ourselves into fits. It's bad. It's bad. Don't ever watch a comedy when you have a cold. All right, I'm trying to find, I feel like this is too flexible. I want a brush. I'm going to get this one. This is the short Filbert. I'm going to get this similar to the blender, only it's just bigger. I'm going to get the short blender, short Filbert 4, and see if that helps, because I feel like it's just, I'm having trouble pushing this paint around. All right, so let me get the Prussian blue and some cobalt blue. I'm just gonna kind of fill in sky area, and it goes kind of horizontally, sort of, with the brush strokes. Even though they're going around these stars, they're still kind of going this way, and then the brush strokes around the stars are going around this way, but the ones in the sky are going horizontal. So I'm gonna try to fill it in that way, sort of, so that if any of this shows, we don't have to redo it. Just kind of going with the flow here. This is definitely not going to be exactly accurate. I'm just going to try to get it as close as I can in 2 hours, because I mean, this is probably a 6-hour painting easily.
Oh, well, if he did it in a couple days, I mean,
Right.
it's obviously not going to be like that. So how juicy are you going?
Right now, I'm not going super juicy because I'm going to paint over this. So this is just the undercoat.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm keeping it fairly thin on the undercoat, and then I'll go juicy with the brush strokes on top.
Mm.
And these two need to be closer together. But I'll worry about that later, I guess. Okay. There are some brush strokes that are coming down this way. Still, you know, it's interesting to me, this kind of a painting, really any of these Impressionist style paintings, people think they're like so easy, you know, they're like, oh, I could do that. But then you get to looking at the mechanics of it, and there's so many freaking brush strokes in this thing. Like, this is not, you know, it's like it's very complicated in some ways, you know. Like the subject is fairly simple, maybe not even on this one though. I would say, I don't know, this is probably not one of the ones that you would look at and say that's easy, because it does have so much going on. But I still think that this kind of like more primitive style painting doesn't get the respect it deserves sometimes, because I know in his lifetime he didn't get the respect he deserved. That's for darn sure.
In the quick summary notes that I read just before the show,
Mm-hmm.
is like, yeah, it only took him a couple days to do it, but
Mm-hmm.
he had been studying the night sky for months.
Right.
And
there's a couple other paintings he did that were similar in this style that were kind of practice ones, I think,
mm-hmm.
too.
And it's also, you know, the emotion and the feeling
Sure.
behind it. So
Yeah. Was this, how soon before he died was this one painted?
this one was painted in June of 1889. And I don't know when he passed away.
I don't remember either. Right here, I'm just trying to get all the little nooks and crannies and get it all filled in.
He passed away on July 29th, 1890. So
About
just over a year before.
Very sad. Just wonder, you know, what he would think of all this. I always think about that with any of these authors and artists that are so popular now, you know, and have stood the test of time, like Jane Austen, you know, who's getting, you know, whose books have been celebrated for so many years, and she died young too of a ailment, but you know, just what would he think of all this hubbub, or if he would be somebody like Nicolas Cage or one of those, you know, famous people who are just like, pfft, you know, like I kind of get that vibe from Van Gogh. I feel like he would just not care a whole lot. Although I think he did want to be liked in his lifetime. I think he was frustrated with not selling paintings, but you know, he was always having money troubles, and he had to live off of his brother. Theo supported him, and you know, imagine that. I can't remember I think Theo was the older one. He supported Vincent. You know, like that's pretty cool how he did that. And he saw he had so much love for his brother, and sent him money to buy art supplies and stuff. I'm sure there was a level of frustration too, because he was always getting himself in trouble and getting into fights, and, you know, losing jobs because he was too aggressive and things. But that was his illness, I'm sure. And he was actually a priest for a while, but they didn't, he got in trouble being a priest. This is the light blue here. I'm just filling in, blocking in the light blue here. Doesn't really matter the color at this point. I'm just kind of trying to get some color on this white part of canvas. But anyhow, he was a priest for a while, but they kicked him out of the priesthood because he was living like a hermit. He didn't believe that the clergy should have special treatment, and stuff. So he was living like the peasants were living, that he was preaching to, and like living in this dirt hovels and wouldn't wash and just being very extra, as you do as an artist, He was living it. He's just a crazy person. I shouldn't say crazy. He was a wild person. I mean it in that way, not.
Oh yeah, no.
Not in. Just.
He lived his life as he wanted to.
Yeah.
Didn't care about others.
Yeah, exactly. Well, he had high ideals of the right and wrong way of things, and got in fights with Gauguin. Gauguin was another famous painter. He wasn't like one that got along with people, and so he had Gauguin come, and they tried each other's styles out for a while, and they like lived together and would go out and paint together and stuff, and they ended up just massively fighting because Van Gogh had, very definite opinions about the right and wrong way of painting and stuff. It's just I don't know, I think I'm too much of a people pleaser. I don't think I would be. I don't care enough about, All right, so getting some white here. I'm just trying to kind of leave a little bit of definition between these shapes here. It's not going to look like this is definitely not the finished look. I'm blending it too much, but just trying to get the shapes in here and leave some indication of where the separation between the colors is going to go, or the general shapes. So somewhere like that. And again, just trying to get this white gone. I might bring that over just a little bit more. I feel like it's a little coming out a little bit more into this area here.
And they say that he painted this during the daytime.
During the daytime, interesting.
Mm-hmm. So this is all from imagination and memory.
Right, yeah, wild.
And I think it also said that he brought in elements of towns that he remembered, because I guess this wasn't the exact view out his window.
Interesting.
The night sky was, but some of the elements he brought in from just memories.
Other places and things that he, interesting. It's definitely not something that I'm comfortable with doing.
Go and study something for weeks on end and then just come back and
paint it
from memory.
Right, yeah.
That would be interesting.
Interesting to try for sure. Right, I'm going to kind of blur out those edges a little bit, some of these. Probably move that over just a little bit. I'm just using that light blue here to kind of blur out the edges of the yellows. Get a little bit of white here. There's a lot of white in this one. use some of that light blue and white here and just go along that horizon line here. And I'm really trying to look at the colors underneath the colors on top. That's kind of the key with this. Sort of just see what you think is underneath everything. I think I'm going to shift this whole tree over just a little bit, even more than I have it now. So right down here, there's like a light blue. Even though this section is yellow, it's kind of a light blue at the horizon. Okay, there we go. Good. And then let's get some cobalt blue and ultramarine blue, and like this little mountain here is almost just a solid color. So I'm just going to go ahead and put it in sort of solid. I'm going to use this same cobalt mixture for these hills right here. Get some Prussian blue for up in here. And then this little area back here is kind of just a lighter blue. There, okay. All right, we're getting the fields blocked in here. I'm gonna get a little bit of the ultramarine, light ultramarine. Some of the light phthalo. And do this field here. Very stylized. Okay, get a little bit more of the ultramarine blue and kind of put that in at the top there. Okay, and then over here there's more of that kind of Prussian blue. There's some green in here too, but I'm gonna just do Prussian for now, I think. There, and then right here, come across this way. Really dark. Let's go ahead and add the phthalo blue, phthalo green, I mean, and some burnt umber. There we go. To the Prussian blue there. Okay. And then this area up here, there's more of kind of a yellow. Maybe get some of the yellow oxide. Put this in with yellow oxide. Okay, there we go. So we've got our green area there filled in. And then there's a little bit of this coming off this side, but not much. There's a little bit down in these corners here. nice. So then these little rolling hills here, we could probably use this same color, maybe add a little bit of unbleached titanium to it. And kind of comes, it comes straight. It looks like it's going down because this is going down, but it's actually kind of pretty much straight, or it looks like it's going up, I should say, because that's going down there, but it's really pretty straight right through there. But then right below it, get some ultramarine blue. Right below it, you've got these hills that are coming down into this area. Let me do this lighter color in here. And then goes up to right in here. And comes across, up a little bit, and then back down. And this whole area is all this rolling darker green. Get a little bit of that Prussian blue. Put it along the edge. And fill in right in here with the Prussian blue. And then there's some lighter blue in here, but I'm just going to start with this. Okay, and then all of this is like little houses and things. I'm just going to use this Prussian blue mixture to kind of fill in. Prussian blue, a little bit of burnt umber. And that little chapel sits right in here somewhere. And we've got the little houses here and here. I'm just going to cover all of this with dark. Okay. And then back in here is kind of like some of that lighter blue. And then over there is kind of dark. Right up to that hill there. Push this back a little bit. Okay. I think we're pretty much done with the blocking in except for the tree here. Good. Let's go ahead and put in the tree area, and I think I'm going to do that with Cobalt Teal. I'm sorry, not Cobalt Teal. Phthalo green, yellow, blue shade, and the Prussian blue, and then the burnt umber. A lot of burnt umber. So dark green. Okay. A little bit of water to this. And I'm not gonna go all the way up. I just kind of want to block in this bottom area here. I'm gonna come over just a little bit, I think. Go right in here. Like that. And I need to make it more brown, but we'll get there with it. Can't tell, it's just too saturated.
Some people are surprised to learn that it's a tree and not a castle.
Oh, they thought it was a castle? Really?
Several people.
Interesting. It's a cypress tree. Yeah. Castle. Well, it does look like a castle now that you say that. Alright, I'm bringing that out. So this comes out to about not quite the halfway mark. So if you split it this way, the church spire sits right in here, which that's hitting pretty close right there, and then the bottom of the tree is on the other side, so it's almost like equal. So this tree comes over like that. I probably need to bring that hill over a little bit more. So that's kind of the edge of the tree there. It kind of comes up like that. And then there's some stuff that comes up, but I'm not gonna do all of this stuff yet. I'm gonna wait until I do the sky, and then I'll do the rest of the tree last because it's on top of everything. It'll be easier not to have to paint around it. All right, we got good blocking in. I'm pretty happy with the with the composition as far as the spacing of everything. Looks pretty good. I probably need to bring this over though. This little hill right here needs to come up right here a little bit more, and we'll bring the sky down right here. That makes more sense. Yep, right there. Okay, that's it. Okay, so now I just need to figure out what brush I want to use for my brush strokes. So they're mostly all a similar size. That feels like, you know, there's some that are smaller, little bitties, but for the most part, they're all kind of a uniform, like, inch or so, maybe, you know, depending on what you're doing here. I think I might, I got a couple options here. I could do either like a filbert or a round or a flat. I kind of think he probably used a round, maybe. That's sort of what it looks like to me, although the ends are kind of blunt, which would make me think that he's using like a flat brush to get those blunt marks. So maybe we'll try this and see how we like it. I just want to pick a brush that is kind of the same width that I'm seeing. And I'm probably not going to use it flat side. I'm going to probably use it on its edge. So, yeah, I think that'll work. We'll see. Okay, so let's mix up. Or, well, I mean, let me think. I'm trying to think if I need to mix up. I've already got kind of the lighter colors here. Let's just go for it. I don't know. How are we doing on time? All right.
We got plenty of time.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
All right. I'm going to get the light yellow here. I'm going to tackle this moon first, I think. That's our biggest focal point. I'm just going to kind of carve out the light spaces around it. And again, I'm not going to try to get all of his brush strokes for stroke for stroke. It's just not going to happen. I'm not trying to create a replica of his painting here. I'm just trying to kind of get the feeling, the same essence of it. I mean, I am, you know, trying to get it close, but I don't want it to be like a forgery or something, you know, type of look. It doesn't have to be exact. So I'm going to get a little bit of white here. A little bit of the green. A little bit of the green, a little bit of the light phthalo, and some white. Just kind of like that transition between the sun in the background, or the moon in the background here. There's like a light green. I'm going to kind of do that. Coming out. Okay. And then I'm going to get some of the cobalt and mix that in with this color and kind of do that also. You're doing these transitions like this. It's important to have, like, you've got your two colors. I'm going from this cobalty blue to yellow, so we've got this greenish teal in between, but you've also got this kind of light blue that happens to in between the cobalt area. So it's important to have like multiple transition colors going on. Not just go from yellow to blue, you know. Okay, so that looks good. Let's go ahead and get some of the Prussian blue. And there's a few little dabs of that around. And I'm not cleaning out my brush, so I've got kind of multiple colors happening here. I think that's pretty close. And then down here, it's kind of more the lighter colors. So I'm going to get some of the light ultramarine. Bring that down. And there's kind of the meeting of the swirls. So you've got this swirl and these swirls, and kind of in between there's just some random. That's am I going to get a little bit of this greenish color. Mix that with that cobalt. I'm seeing some of the greens down here. I feel like I don't have enough room right here, so I think I'm going to push this back a little bit. Give myself a little bit more room right here to do this darker swirl area. Push this over just a little bit.
I think we need to have a meetup in New York City.
Go
At the
see this
MoMA.
in person.
Yep.
I need to do a redo. I was in a bad mood when I saw this painting.
It was cold and rainy.
It was cold and rainy, and we couldn't
walked.
figure out. Yeah, we walked in the rain all the way to see it, and I was wet, and then I was hot. I was wet and steamy inside my jacket. It was like one of those things where you were like in a jacket and getting all wet, and then when we got into the building, it was warm, and so it just steamed up everything. I couldn't even see how my glasses were all fogged up, and my hair was wet, and my clothes were wet, and so I was basically steaming in my jacket. I had to take my coat off, and it was just, I was miserable. And then we were like, and there's the starry night. It's just like mad and not happy.
All right, let's go back.
I was trying to, yeah, I need to redo.
We'll set up a meetup there.
I'm very much about my own physical comfort. I've realized that about myself. And if I'm like physically uncomfortable, I can't enjoy myself. I can't. I don't know. know. Jeez.
And then we'll have to
I
go to
don't like
Paris.
that about myself. That's just a fact.
Okay, so the first one is New York. Then we'll do Paris
Yeah.
To go.
I see the Mona Lisa.
to see all those, the Mona Lisa and all the
Oh, we have seen that.
Monets. Oh, I know, but I'm just saying
I
to
was
meet
in
up
a-
with all the fans.
Oh, I see. Do a world tour of famous paintings.
Yeah.
All right, so that's getting there. I think we're approaching the feel, at least. One thing I am noticing that this is giving me bigger brush strokes than I want. So I might do it with the round brush because I feel like I'm having a hard time controlling the size of the brush stroke and it's slowing me down. So I'm going to try it with the round and see what I think. It's probably not going to work exactly the same, but we'll see. All right, so yeah, let's go ahead and keep on going here. Let's go ahead and do the moon part. I'm gonna get the yellow, India yellow. I did look up the colors he was using in his, and these are as close as I could get to the modern colors. Those were the 3 blues he used. He used a color called emerald greens, which I'm guessing was kind of in this range. Emerald's usually like a bluish green, and that's what I'm kind of seeing. And then yellow, India yellow, and then a color called zinc yellow, which I don't know what that was, but I'm guessing it's somewhere in that, probably a lighter yellow, because that's what I'm seeing. And then yellow oxide or ochre, I can't remember, and then the burnt umber. But I added burnt sienna because they're made by the same pigment, and I'm seeing kind of like more of a reddish brown, so I'm wondering if his burnt umber had a little bit more red tone than mine. So I tried, like I said, get exactly the same palette as he used, so colors should be close. I can definitely tell mine are brighter though, and that may just be that it needs to be cleaned. It may have been brighter. Sometimes he's older. I doubt it. I mean, that he may have muted them. But I'm just saying, mine looks brighter than his. So I may have to start kind of adding a little bit of burnt umber to my blues to tone them down a little bit. I can always glaze over the whole thing though at the end to tone it. Somewhere in there, I think we're getting it. Going over the yellow, the light yellow, and you can see why I did the light yellow here. This color is very translucent, so I'm probably glad that I didn't do the whole thing with brown, with the dark blue, because it would have made these areas a little harder. I'm gonna get a little bit of the burnt umber. There's just a slight outline. Get a little bit of the burnt sienna right here, this part. Looks like it has a little bit of burnt sienna. I'm gonna fix this. It's obviously too dark, but do that. Get some of the yellow. I think I brought that up a little too much. So the lighter yellow here. And you can see his work, like where he's kind of corrected and pushed the paint around, pushed the yellow around this moon to get the. That's pretty close. Pretty close. Make it a little bit fatter. All right, and let's add some of this yellow around. And there's more movement in the area around it, so I need to get some more of this green. I'm going to add a little bit of the yellow to the green. So I'm getting a little bit of that color swirled in, and then I need to bring my blue in on the yellow a little bit more. So I need to do smaller brush strokes. This is what is going to take so long, is to get the brush stroke length right. You know, there's so many little brush strokes here. Okay, that's probably as much as I want to mess with that. Otherwise, we're just going to be here all night. We just need to move on. So right, dibby dabs.
Dibby dabs.
Little
Just-
dibby dabs.
Just feel it. Just go with it.
Probably want a little bit more transition here, but again, I'm gonna keep moving on. I'm gonna get used to some of this lighter blue and
So this is going to be an impression of the impression
right.
painting. It's not going to be an exact duplicate.
It's not. It can't, because I don't have enough time tonight. I mean, I'd like I said, I'd need to be here for a few days to get it exactly, and we don't need that anyways. It's not like we want
There's already one out there.
exactly. Yeah, can print it out. It's fair game. It's been long enough, you know, since he's passed, that you can take the print and print it out yourself. People sell prints of it, make money off of it, for goodness sake.
So they're asking for a 24-hour painting marathon by you. They'll just sit and watch you.
Just sit and watch me paint this.
I suggest people go out and buy the Lego set.
There you go.
It's pretty cool. It's 3D. It's three-dimensional. So
Yeah.
it was a fun build.
Yeah, we're gonna do the Water Lilies Bridge here soon. We bought that one. We just bought the Lego set. We have the sunflowers. I don't know if did I help you with the sunflowers one? Some.
Yeah.
We have the sunflowers one hanging up in the Van Gogh sunflowers hanging up in our house, in our living room. And then I really love this art series that Lego's been doing, so we're a big Lego family. Even our older boys love it, collect them. And now the grandkids get into them. Okay, so doing this light blue-green around the stars. It's kind of that transition color. This is super pretty. Again, it's kind of the hardest part is just to kind of prevent myself from pressing too hard or going too solid with the color here. There's so many little brush strokes. Would you grab my wrist brace off the table in there? The one with the red. Hun, can you hear me?
What?
Will you grab my wrist brace, please?
Off the table?
Yes.
This one?
Mm-hmm. No, well, no, wait, yeah, that'll be fine.
I'll go find it.
No, I've got it right here. Never mind. Doll. I got it sitting here next to me. Help me. Just excuse me from flexing my wrist too far back. I got carpal tunnel issues. That's annoying. Annoying. Getting older is not fun. But the alternative is
Not fun either.
exactly, so I'll take it. All right. Fun. And let's get the Prussian blue going on here now. So that was Cobalt blue and through that area. Getting the Prussian blue. This brush is good, but I suspect he used a smaller, well, I mean for him, for the smaller perspective wise, it was probably this size, but for him, but he was using a much bigger canvas. So it it was small compared to what I'm doing here. You know what I'm saying. Okay. Yeah, I need to speed it up here because I'm going to take forever here. I'm just going to have to start. See, as soon as I start pressing down hard, the brush strokes get big. That's why I'm saying I probably might need a smaller brush just to keep myself from going too big with my dibby dabs here. I'm going to get a little bit of that green and add ultramarine to it. A little bit of the yellow. There's just some little areas in here that didn't do phthalo blue because I feel like it would take over too quickly, so I think it would be too obvious. And I'm going to hit up all of the main target areas. So like the real showstopper areas like that sun, I want that moon, sorry, to have the most detail, and then the cypress too, I want to have plenty of time to mess with them. And this big swirl in the sky here and the stars. The stars are the star of the show. No pun intended. But that's kind of the main focus. So I'm going to do spend most of my time up here in the sky. And then just do a little bit down here. I'm not going to, if I run out of time, it'll be down at the bottom there. I don't want to run out of time up here. I think my arm's going to give out before my time does. This is a lot of little brush strokes. Okay. Get in the Cobalt, Teal, and Ultramarine Blue for this area. It's a lot of really vibrant blue. And when I'm doing these layered brush strokes, what I'm trying to do is to not repeat my pattern too much. As far as like, it's easy once you get going with something like this to kind of get, like this area is pretty repetitive. So having a couple of different colors to bounce between, and so as I'm putting these brush strokes in, looking at how he kind of did like this, like almost like a bricklaying, where they're not lined up 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, some areas kind of are, but for the most part, as he's layering these in, he's staggering them, and that kind of helps it look from looking too repetitive. So as I'm doing this, I'm trying to keep that in mind and bounce around. So I'm not adding too many repeating lines. Okay. Let's get some Prussian blue again. Up in here, do some of that. Prussian blue we mixed was that ultramarine blue plus burnt umber. So if you don't have Prussian blue, just use burnt umber for this with the ultramarine blue. Just makes this kind of dark desaturated blue, slightly desaturated. Indigo, which is our color of the month. I'm calling it indigo just because I like the name. But it's like navy, you know. Navy, indigo, Prussian, any of those. Just a dark blue. Doesn't necessarily have any tint one way or another. Prussians come in all kinds of different, you know, from violet to more green undertones. So as you're going, try not to overlap the brush strokes too much, because it feels like he did kind of like do a final really intentional layering. Like I'm not seeing too much of crossover between the brush strokes. So it does feel like he came in kind of like we're doing and sort of did one color and then did another color in between that and left each brush stroke sort of its own space somewhat. If that makes sense.
If I was listening, I'm sure it would have. We're talking about Legos.
Oh, sorry.
Chat. It's okay. You just go ahead and
Interrupted
paint.
your Lego talk.
Yeah, whatever. You do your thing. I'll do mine.
This one's a lot bigger. These two. Make this one smaller. Move it down a little bit. It's really kind of down here. And this one is up high. Move this one down a little bit, maybe. Yeah, this one needs to be down here a little bit more. So I'm going to get some of that light yellow here. Just kind of put in where I want it to be. Yeah, somewhere in here. Okay, getting there. Getting some of that light yellow. Oh, my brush is too dirty. Get some light yellow, cadmium yellow, India yellow, and kind of put in our centers. A few little brush strokes around. This one is very indigo yellow. Just kind of a big blob of indigo yellow. This one, a lot of them have like a dot of the indigo yellow right at the center, and then the lighter yellow around it. Okay, getting that light yellow here. The, what was it called? Bismuth yellow, light bismuth, which is really pretty. I don't know why I don't use this. It's nice to have this light color already pre-mixed, because yellow, it's hard to mix a light yellow that doesn't go all the way white, you know. So this is nice to have. Adding the light yellow around now. So we did the kind of light blue and the India yellow in the centers, and now just kind of putting that light yellow around.
Okay, so what would you ask him?
Slightly. What would I ask Van Gogh?
Yeah.
Oh man.
If you just came across him painting one day or something, you know, or just hanging out.
You know, that's a good question. I don't know. I'd probably get stage fright and not. I'd probably just go, "Hey, nice day," you know. And
You
like,
too.
You too, exactly. I paint. I like to paint too,
Paint good.
but not good as you. You're so pretty. I'm pretty sure it would go something like that.
An exact reenactment.
Huh?
An exact reenactment.
Exactly. That would. Let's be real. It'd be like, "Oh my God, it's you! It's you!"
Like, I think
Something
you should,
to that effect.
Then he'd be like, "I think you should be in the asylum."
Yeah. He'd be like, "Security." Those would be his only words to me. Probably say something nice to him instead of ask him a question. Probably. I feel like as a mom, I just, like, he's kind of one of those wounded souls that I just feel like I just want to give him a hug and just say, "It's okay. We all love you." You know, like that would be my first inclination. Not like ask him for something, but just be like, you know, you didn't deserve what you got in your lifetime, but you're going to be remembered, kind of thing.
That's cool.
Yeah. I'm going to cry. Mark was playing that Vincent Starry Night song.
It's the Don McLean.
Don McLean. I was like, oh man, we have to, that always makes me cry. That song. Starry, starry night. It's about this painting. I'd sing it if I had a good voice, but I don't. And with my cold, I really can't sing. Can't sing on a good day, and with a cold, I was trying to warm up my voice in the bathroom and scaring myself. Coming out very croaky. All right, mix in the Cobalt with the green here. Trying to get some like a little bit more greenish, light mid-tone blues here. Starting to get there. It's definitely more saturated for sure. I'm definitely doing a little bit more saturated blues than he did.
Have you seen the Doctor Who episode?
I don't watch Doctor Who.
Vincent
No.
meets the Doctor.
Oh really? Oh, that'd be cool.
It was an episode back in 2010.
Really?
And the gist of the episode was they took him to the future to show him the museum with his
Oh,
works.
that's cool. What in the show? What did he think?
I don't know.
Oh.
They haven't given me the ending.
That's neat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he was a very intense person. I don't know that he would be somebody that you could sit down and have a casual conversation with. I don't think he was that kind of small talk kind of person.
He maybe just kind of
go straight into,
sit off the side and just watch him paint.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of like creepily.
Yeah. Be a stalker.
They said that you have to experience that part of the episode and sob like the rest of us.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'll have to look it up now.
Yeah, we were trying to see if you can watch it anywhere, and we haven't been able to find it streaming.
Doctor Who? Really?
That episode from 2010.
Oh. Okay.
So we'll have to find it.
Yeah. Well, I know we get Doctor Who on some of our streaming channels, but I wonder if...
Yeah, one site said that it was available on Prime Video.
Right.
You could rent it.
Oh, you have to rent it.
It was only like $2 or something.
Okay.
But when I checked our Prime Video, it didn't even come up in a search. So
Interesting.
either I don't know how to search for it or whatever. But
okay. All right, going a little bit of white here. Just doing the light blue around it now, and then I think that's close. I mean, it's not, like I said, it doesn't have to be exact. I think I'm going to move on here. Get a little bit of the...
it's coming together nice.
Yeah, thank you. All right, so let's do the swirls.
And have you seen the movie Loving Vincent?
Yes, yes. I have seen most of the adaptation movies of his life and stuff. Most all the ones that I could find. But yes, I have. That was awesome. In fact, I collaborated on that with, I want to say it was Winsor and Newton or Grumbacher, or one of those companies sent me materials, and we did a giveaway for that movie. And I have promotional material from it too. I can't remember what I did with that stuff now that you said that, because I had like a poster or something from it. Yeah, I have to find that. It's probably got lost in the shuffle. It's probably in one of the boxes that I haven't unpacked from our studio move, because that was back in, gosh, that would have been
Studio move and remodel.
right when we remodeled the house and moved everything all. I still haven't found several things that they're in just boxes, and the new studio didn't have as much wall space because of the way we put stuff, or cabinet or space for just odds and ends and stuff. This is fun. I think this would be a fun day. Put on some good music and just kind of dabby dibby dab your day away. It'd be really fun. It's definitely not, I would say this is a low stress project. I'll have a traceable for you so you could probably trace out all these main shapes. Not a big, issue, I don't think. For as far as like not a difficult tracing, not that many areas to have to worry about, and then just going through here and blocking your main colors like I did, and then come back over with all these successions of lights and darks. And it's kind of just a back and forth. We kind of started out with mid-tones in most of these areas, so kind of mid-value blues, and then went in with the darks and went in with the lights. So we already kind of did some of the darks. I'm going to come back in with some more dark here. And then usually once you get kind of your initial layering, then you'll see, if you went too far into the lights or you need more darks or whatever, so, do your block in with your color and then do your darks here and there where you're seeing the darks, and then come back in with the light tones. And then at the end, you're probably going to need to add some more midtones back in, or even like blend a third color of some sort to kind of add some spice. I'm seeing some browns in the sky here in this section, so I'm going to get some of my burnt umber and burnt sienna and mix those two together. It looks pretty close to what I'm seeing. So like in here, there's some, and this is what I suspect is in some of the blues to kind of tone it so they're not as bright as what I'm doing. So there's probably some of this color in the blues to make them not as bright. So we get some ultramarine blue here and mix this blue into it. Graying it out a little bit.
Gonna pop up some comments.
Okay. Thank you for doing this, Angela. This was one of my favorite paintings. Oh, mine too, for sure. Love, love, love that you're doing this one. It's my favorite of his. I've drawn it in pencil crayon. Made it into an artist trading card. Oh, in 26. I guess that's what. A little asterisk thing.
It popped that up like
yeah.
That. That's weird. But, yeah.
That is cool.
So people are liking it.
Oh, yay. I'm glad. Boy, I had somebody who was very persistent last year. I want to say it was last year. Who like literally went on every single one of my videos and was like, please paint Starry Night. It's like, that's all they would comment. Please paint Starry Night. It was like, and I finally was just like, it's probably not going to happen, dude. I was like, it takes too long. That's a long painting and I don't have enough time on a Tuesday night. But thanks for asking. And then here I am doing it. So hopefully we'll get it done. How much time do we have? Okay, we'll definitely need to speed it up here. And I like that. I was using that blue, ultramarine blue. I added white to it that had the little bit of burnt umber in it. I think that is probably smart to be doing. And maybe add a little gray to my blues, the light blues, just so that they're not so saturated. get the cobalt blue and add that gray to it. Use it through here. And it's almost like he's kind of almost outlined this slipstream, kind of. With the darker blue in places. Again, I'm not going to be able to get it exact because it's just going to have to be close for tonight, but glad you guys are liking it. I'm glad to be doing it. Honestly, I probably would have done it when we were doing our Saturday shows. It was one of the first ones that I was gonna do, but then Cinnamon Cooney did a version with sunflowers, which was like a combination of this sunflowers series and this painting. That's amazing. If you haven't tried it, checked it out. It's one of my very favorite paintings she's ever did. And so I didn't feel like, in respect for her, I didn't feel like I wanted to overlap her, but it's been probably 10 years, so I think we're okay. I feel like we're enough away from that painting. And she passed a couple of years ago, and I still can't believe it. I'm still think about her a lot, especially tonight. It makes me think of her. Something happens. It's like that with any kind of grief. I'm sure anybody who's lost somebody knows, it's like you kind of have things that are your things that you did with that person. And then when they're not there, you see something or something reminds you of them. And you're like, oh, well, I catch myself, and like, oh, I wonder what Cinnamon thought about that. And then you realize they're not there anymore, kind of thing. It's like I did that with my good friend who passed, Rachel. I did a video for her a while back when she passed, but she liked piñatas, and she did a piñata for her birthday, and we made a piñata for her birthday, and just the year before she passed, we made a piñata for it, and she could barely stand up, but she beat the heck out of that thing. And had the best time doing it, And then, like, the very next year, I went to art show, and they had a full-size car piñata. And my first thought was, oh, I need to take a picture of that and send it to Rachel. And then she was passed by then, and so it was like, ugh, just like gutted, So I don't know what made me, I guess so. I'm talking about Cinnamon. But I have that with Cinnamon sometimes, It's like I think of something and I'm like, oh, Cinnamon would love that or whatever. And then I'm like, oh, yeah, can't share that, sadly. I'm sure she's seeing it wherever she is. Okay, I need to move on here. It's coming along. It's for sure coming along. This feels like I'm not quite getting the colors right in this area. I feel like maybe it's a little too light or a little too dark. I'm not sure which one. But maybe as we get other stuff done. I feel like it's too much separation here. Like there's not enough transition of the colors here between these two areas. So I'm gonna maybe use some of this mid-tone cobalt blue, add a few like brush strokes coming up into here around it. Yeah, that's a little bit better. And then maybe bring this area here down here is darker in the picture. I think this needs to be thicker right through there. think it comes up higher and it's a little thicker. Getting some cobalt teal, adding the cobalt blue to it. Maybe add just a little bit of that. Might be a little too much cobalty. Get some of that phthalo, light phthalo, and a little more cobalt. Tone it down a little bit. Okay, that's a little bit better, I feel like. I think some of the brush strokes might be a little long. Like I need to shorten them up a little bit, make them more choppy. All right, good enough. I need to move on. I'm not gonna have time to finish this.
Why not?
Getting some migraine.
Of course you will. We got plenty of time. There is no clock.
Okay. Getting the Prussian blue. Just using that what's left in my brush here of that light green. Brushing through there. And there is like a definite outline of this color. Looks like a dog face almost. Let's do the thin lines through that area there, getting the yellow, light Prussian, light phthalo blue, and the bismuth yellow here, I think. Oh, not good. Not good. That's good enough there. Okay. So just like a pretty good amount of this light blue with the light green, or the light yellow with the phthalo blue light here. And then I'm getting into this cobalty area there too. I almost wonder if I should do a lighter. No, I don't think so. This is good. I was gonna say I'd get a different brush, but this is doing a good job, so I'll stick with it. It's just that it's not, I'm only getting 2 or 3 brush strokes out of it, and then I'm having to reload, so it's slowing me down. But Get down here, want to get some cobalt. And then maybe a little bit of the Prussian blue mixed in with this too. And then the dark Prussian blue marks. Too much. Push back. Okay. Now see, this is where I don't like this brush for it because I'm getting like wispy lines. I'm trying to make these a little thicker on the ends because the brush strokes definitely don't taper. They're blunt. So that is one of the things that I noticed. Getting a little bit of white here. Just gonna put a few little There's a lot of little brush strokes through there. I've got a photograph of the one we Mark took at the MoMA. Was it the MoMA?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that in the Met mixed up. Yeah, it was the MoMA. Okay. Get some of the yellow and the white. Put that back down through. These brush strokes are a little bit longer, which is nice. And go a little bit darker down in through here. Okay, and then there's like that little mountain range right there. And then let's get that Prussian blue, really dark, and round out this mountain here. Let me get some of this color here that have the green in it. Okay, and then we get some of the Ultramarine Blue. And then some of that mid-tone greenish blue here. Coming up. This needs to come over just a little bit. I'm gonna take some of this mid-tone blue and push that mountain back just a little bit right there.
So what is our color for next month?
Coral.
Coral.
Yeah. So all the peachy pinks, salmon, terracotta, kind of a rusty reds, just any of that kind of
90s colors. Seafoam.
seafoam and peach. Yep. Exactly. Yeah, and one of the paintings I'm doing is actually seafoam and peach. So it's an orchid. Okay, so definitely think that I'm going much more saturated here. Like I'm seeing mine versus the pictures there. It's definitely like got a more muted colors. I'm oversaturating my colors, so I would probably add more browns into the blues as you're mixing these, but I'm just going to keep going because I don't have time to redo my whole thing on this guy. But what I could do is go in and glaze it later, add more muted colors to it later. So let's see. I'm going to use this darker green mixture here to do my outline on my mountains. And then there's a little bit of an outline here. The brush strokes are breaking up. Just add a little bit of water to them so you get nice crisp lines. You know, if you're getting like a lot of dry brushing, just add a little bit of water. It'll help.
I think you're catching the feel here.
Catching the feel?
Yep.
Good. Getting it closer. Definitely, like I said, the saturation level's too high, but other than that, I think we're getting close.
Oh, I like it. I
Need to
think
bump that out a little bit up here.
a good version of it.
Thanks.
He'd be proud. He'd he'd like and subscribe
He would? Okay.
like everybody else should do.
He'd leave a comment.
He'd leave a comment, like, subscribe.
Yeah, if you're new to my channel, we're really glad to have you. Speaking of, do a little promo here. We do offer perks on my Patreon memberships. So there's a $5 tier that has traceables and beginner series and bonus videos that don't get aired anywhere else. And then there's a tier above that that has all of that plus weekly extra live streams where we just finished this one called my challenge tier. This was, we just finished our little mouse here pushing the paint tubes. But this was a multi-week project where we work on something all month long, sometimes 2 months, sometimes 3, depending on how long. This one was 10 weeks of 2-hour plus videos. A little spider dude. To finish it. So we work on one project multiple weeks, and you get to see more of the design process. So we work it out together, and I make changes to the design as we go, and it's a lot of fun. Those are the weekly live streams that we do for our challenge tier patrons. And then if you just want to follow along with us and get a few free perks, color chart and some different things like that, there's also just a free tier that you can follow, or just sign up for my newsletter at my website, and it'll send you some little perks that way. So all kinds of different fun ways of following along. We'd love to have you join our kind of crew of happy artists here, thankful artists.
Unusual.
Mark calls them the unusual suspects. Okay, I can kind of widen that other area up there at the top there, and let me add just the slightest border. All right, let's get these mountains going here. Gonna start it on them a little bit. I'm gonna get a little bit of the light blue and add some of that. And then get some of the ultramarine cobalt. Come on in between. This is what I'm saying, like, feels like he kind of did these layers and did that. It feels like he did it almost this exact way. Like, this is as close to the actual method, I would say, that I could figure out just by looking at it. You know, would be we don't know, but this kind of feels like, from what I'm seeing, this feels like how he did it. I'm gonna get a little bit of the burnt sienna, add that to my Prussian blue, use that. Some of these are kind of a darker undertone, or muted. Prussian blue, burnt umber, burnt sienna. Okay, so let's just kind of start marking out the tops of these tree things here. distance. And then there's more blue. I get more ultramarine blue here, but still muted green, a little bit of green. That burnt sienna to tone it down and do I like how I did these trees, just like these kind of lines of rolling circles, kind of to get that overlapping distance effect. Getting a little bit of white, maybe gray, a little bit of the green, maybe some yellow oxide. There we go. A little bit more of the yellow oxide. Let's mix the yellow oxide with the Prussian blue and see what we get. Maybe some India yellow. There we go. So a little bit of India yellow. This is a little bit muted, but I'm going to start with it. And get this light yellow, mix that together. And it does feel like also one thing that I noticed is that the mixtures seem their own mixture. Like he's not like Monet. One thing he would do is like have multiple colors on his brush at once, you know? And he would have like muddy mixtures, I guess I would say, for better lack of a better term. They weren't muddy, but you know what I mean, like they had multiple colors. And here he feels like it feels like they're less mixed. It's more like he goes from one color and cleans his brush and then gets another color and cleans his brush and gets another color. Like they don't feel like they're mixed on the brush, and there's not variegation with the colors. They're all kind of distinct and layered that way, like we're doing here, like a new color now, and it's not mixed in with the color before on my brush.
Do you want some Patreon comments?
Sure. Patreon comments?
Yep.
Okay.
This one says, I love being part of your Patreon so much. I adore that little mouse that appeared on the paint tubes.
Oh. Thank you, Celtic Peasant. Oh.
This one.
Carolyn, yeah, I love Patreon. Learned so much. Thanks, Angela. You're an awesome teacher and painter. Oh, thank you. Carolyn's a regular. For real, if people are on the fence about Patreon, I say try it. I've been a member for like 3 years and learned so much. Oh, thank you, Cindy. Yay. Thank you. Well, you guys are the best advertisement.
I mean, for less than a cup of coffee at Starbucks,
That's true.
you get a month of
Yeah.
lessons.
Yeah, true.
In 2 cups of coffee, you get the live plus all that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
If you're from the South.
There's like 70 plus videos on the, what'd you say?
I'd say if you're from the South, it's 1 Chick-fil-A combo meal.
Yeah. For real. Getting that Prussian blue here. Yeah. I was going to say, I don't remember what I was going to say now.
Sorry.
That's all right. Oh, that just that there's like 70 some odd videos in the bonus videos, and there's another probably that many or more in the challenge videos, and then altogether, if you're at the $15 tier, it's like you get the entire library. So there's hundreds of videos that are not on YouTube that are to choose from, and then our YouTube is approaching 1,000. Let me see what we're at right now. Does it say on there?
I think we said like mid-April.
Yeah, but I wasn't taking into account shorts.
Oh, shorts. Like cut-off denim shorts?
Right.
From the 80s that you liked me in?
Yeah, it says 1K. 1K videos. I don't know when that happened. We just passed it.
We're so in tune.
We were gonna say something when it happened, when we were getting close to like 999, and do a little.
Well, if it's counting shorts, I mean, while they are, to me that doesn't count.
Yeah, well.
We'll need to figure it out.
Yeah, I'll have to figure it out. All right, but yeah, so we're at over. We've been doing this since, gosh, I've been doing it. We've been doing live streams together since 2015.
True.
Every week.
Me and you?
Yeah, I know.
We've been together that long?
We were babies when we got together.
It was that McDonald's green polyester. I'm telling you.
The outfit that did it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's funny how the fad today or recently is, you can go to a store and buy cut-off denim shorts.
Right.
But when I was wearing them for real because we were poor, you were like, hell no.
No. Mm-mm.
No.
I made him get rid of all his cut-off denim shorts. She was embarrassing me.
Mm-hmm. Because I had the sweet knee-high tube socks with them.
This is the late 80s, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're like, you got me already.
I was like, I was coming from California, and that was not happening where I was.
No, you fell for it, and you're like, I don't need any other girls falling for you. Get rid of that sweet, sweet outfit.
That's what it was. All right, I'm making a light teal here. Grab some cobalt teal and a little bit of the light phthalo blue. Yeah, I added a little cobalt in here. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. I forgot about those. I was blocking it out. The horror.
You're going to have nightmares tonight.
Yeah.
My skinny, skinny legs.
Yeah, we were just talking about that actually, because when we were dating, that we had to schedule our phone calls because we didn't have cell phones, So we had to.
She was in Arizona. I was in New Hampshire.
Yeah. All right, getting some more of this teal. I made it a little bit lighter, and just gonna go through here and add some teals. Yeah. That was crazy. Writing letters and having to cut off our phone calls because you couldn't spend that much, It was expensive.
They were expensive.
Getting some of that cobalt teal here. And added just a little bit of the light ultramarine to it to tone it down. I'm making a mess here. Kind of feel like.
It's all right.
Getting some of the Prussian blue. Okay. Well, again, it's just going to have to be close enough. Let's go ahead and get some of this lighter, kind of yellowy green right in here. There's a few little highlights over here. It's more yellow green than olive green. Okay. All right, we're right at 8. Let's do the little church. Get the Prussian blue, and thankfully I still have the area where I need to do it. So it's going to be right in here. And right about like that. Let me see. So halfway here and then halfway again here, and that's about where the roof line is on the church. So let's get a little section here. Oops. Something like in there. Okay, and get some bright yellow. All of this has green in it. Try that again. Yellow. So I'm going to put in this little spots of yellow where I'm seeing them. Kind of work around those areas. Because these are also guiding the eye around the canvas. Okay. Get a little bit more of that Prussian blue and phthalo green, a little bit of burnt umber. I'm going to kind of make these tree shapes here a little bit. Okay.
You got me smiling over here watching you do this. This is coming up great.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. This is awesome.
Thanks, son. It's fun. Sure.
It might go up next to the painting of cashmere.
Oh. Yeah, that was definitely a bucket list highlight for sure, getting to see this in person. This one was special, even though I was in a bad mood. I'm still glad I got to see it in person. Our boys were with us, except for Jordan. Jordan didn't get to go because I think he was on deployment.
Yes, he was.
That Christmas. That's why we ended up going, because it was Christmas time and our son wasn't going to be, our middle son was going to be deployed overseas for the Army, and so we decided, let's go
New York
and do
City
a family vacation for
Christmas.
Yeah, we'll do New York City for Christmas. Bad idea. because nothing is open on Christmas.
It was great up until Christmas Day.
Exactly. It was perfect up until Christmas Day. And then it was like, this does not feel like Christmas. And
You never see New York so empty
it was not.
like it was on Christmas Day.
I mean, I don't expect people to work so that we can be, I mean,
Tourists.
like, I get it. It's not like, yeah. But it was like, yeah, why did we not go home?
We found a Starbucks that was open.
Yeah, and then I feel guilty because I was like, I'm making these people work on their Christmas morning.
Yeah.
But maybe they didn't celebrate. Who knows?
And then we had gourmet microwave breakfast sandwiches.
Yeah, we did. But then dinner, they had a regular dinner at the restaurant.
At
or
the
at
hotel. Yeah.
So, yeah, okay, so doing teal here, just kind of teal little stripies. Getting some of the kind of gray-green here. There's a field. And then there's some house roof lines that I'm seeing. I'm going to use this gray-green in this building here. Church. Probably need a smaller brush. Get a smaller brush. I get a little too round here. I'm gonna dip all these back in the paint so I don't, or the water so I don't dry them out. Getting some Prussian blue. Yeah, we're definitely going late tonight. Sorry, guys.
I don't think they're sad.
I need to take this off because I'm going to get this in my paint. So Phthalo blue and burnt umber, I think. Or Prussian blue, I mean, burnt umber, I think, for this dark black. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Might zoom in a little. Enormous door here.
What size canvas was this?
This is a 9x12, but he used a much bigger canvas.
Right. 29 by 36,
Yeah.
I think we said.
Yeah, so you could use a bigger one if you wanted to do it to scale. All right, so got that in. I'm going to go ahead and get some lighter blue. And I think I'm going to clean off my palette here because I just got a lot going on that I can't mix on because it's dried out. So I'm going to lose all my good mixtures, but I'll bring them back. They're all just getting dried out and I'm having trouble finding new space. All right. Much better. Okay, so I think I'm going to use this light blue, maybe a little bit of gray and some white. And just kind of paint over this area. This side is a little darker, but go ahead and do that spire. And the light color comes up pretty high on it. Okay, that looks good. Let me go ahead and go back in with that Prussian blue. Get a good amount here. Prussian blue and burnt umber. Kind of 50-50. And lock in that spire again. Okay, looks good. Bring up the roof a little bit. It's a little higher. Okay. So that black area in the door goes all the way up there. And then this comes back down here. So it kind of goes up and back down, and then this starts curving up down here too. And this is down low. Somewhere like that. Okay. And then let's get the dark. I'm just gonna cage in this yellow, whatever it is. Get a little bit of burnt sienna. Put some burnt sienna over here for a roof line. And then get the dark color again and box that in. Okay, and then a little bit of this light color, light blue color, mixed in with some burnt sienna maybe. Just a little bit of highlight on that roof. Okay. Then just below this, kind of cutting off, there's a little greenish roof. A little bit of yellow. I put that yellow too low. Just be up higher. It's right here. And then a little bit of the burnt sienna next to it. Kind of an orangey. And then these are kind of dirty, so I'm going to get a little bit of the darker color here with the yellow and kind of darken up the yellows. They're not super bright. Okay, better. Gonna mute them out a little bit. Yeah, so this one is, I don't know, I didn't put any of these in the right spots. I'm gonna have to redo. So this one is, there's a house. So let's finish this one first. So this right here, and then there's this house here, which I kind of got mostly in the right spot. Bigger as it gets closer to us, so we're seeing bigger roof lines, bigger windows, getting some of that burnt sienna on here and kind of in between. That's got burnt sienna, and then this way we're seeing some burnt sienna there. Again, just that kind of swipe down there. Get some of that light blue. Get some ultramarine blue, a little bit of the phthalo green and the unbleached, or we'll just get white. There we go. Maybe some of that gray, because it's kind of grayed out blues. And then we'll add a little bit of burnt sienna to them to tone them down even more. Okay, so yeah, that's better. Okay. Right, then getting that darker gray. This one, it's got a bring that roof down a little bit on this one. Make it a little bit longer. So this one comes out a little bit longer like this. All right, and then there's just all these lines in the field coming across. Mixing the grays here to get kind of a brownish taupey gray. And then getting more of the black burnt umber impression for the windows here.
Well, you're perfect for this job.
Why?
Because you're a pretty good artist.
Pretty good artist.
You're a pretty good teacher.
Thank you.
Pretty hot coworker. I
Hope
like
you
it.
don't say that to your other coworkers.
Not at this company.
They know that's politically incorrect nowadays, so be careful.
Especially since you're my boss.
Exactly. I need to talk to HR about you. Turn you in, sir. Getting ultramarine blue here.
We'll just stop there. No, but serious.
Oh, thanks.
I mean, I'm glad that you do this.
I love it. It's fun. I love getting to do this.
I don't know why you don't come in and narrate for me while I'm using Excel at work.
Yeah, it's not fair, really.
What formula are you using there? Is that some if or some ifs?
I don't even know what that means.
Why don't you use XLOOKUP instead?
That's great. Getting some of the darker color. There's some just random stuff going on in here. Try not to get it too messy. Let me put the yellow back in. I should have waited till I did my houses, so don't put your yellow until you get your houses in, because otherwise it just doesn't make any sense. Or actually, this one's up here. These houses have a little bit of yellow in them. Okay. I'll probably come back and mess with that, but I'm gonna move on because I need to do this big old cypress tree. Here, let's go and zoom out, hun. Prussian blue, ultramarine blue, I'm sorry, Prussian blue and burnt umber, and then some of the phthalo green. And I'm gonna do kind of a version with a little bit more of the russet tones with the burnt sienna and Prussian blue and phthalo green. Okay. I've gone back to my 2 round, or my 4, what is this? 2 round, yeah. 2 round hair. And I'm going to go all the way up to this little guy here. And sort of right where this one crosses over, there's this curve here. And it goes down. And then there's a little bit that's kind of sticking up right here. And then thicken it out a little. And then right up underneath right here, there's another little part that's sticking out. It's just gradually getting wider. And then there's another little bit right here that comes out to the corner of that. a little thinner, but that's all right. And then it rounds out like that. And then you've got another little bit in between these two. And then it skirts this one. It leaves a little sliver. Okay. And then over here, there's a little bit that goes about halfway into this slipstream here. And it's pretty even with this, maybe a little higher than this. It goes really thin. And leaves kind of a V shape right here. I'm going to bring this up a little. Okay. Know what, I just lifted off a whole outline of a house or something on my arm there. There's some trees in here I need to do. There's trees through here. Don't let me forget. All right, then there's a wispy going right up to this hill, which I didn't actually finish this hill, so I need to do that. There's a wispy going right here. Back to this, and then it kind of comes back out. Does a big rounded shape right here. Okay, and then right over here. There's another little this comes out kind of right here a little bit. And this one kind of comes in front, I think. Right here, there's brush strokes that kind of go through like that. Okay. All right, so let's get some yellow oxide and add just a little bit of yellow oxide to this. And do a few little brush strokes through. Keep them thin. Okay. Right, and it's almost like there's undertone showing through, like it's missing, you know, like that he had like a lighter undertone underneath this, and then it's like peeking through in places. So I'm just gonna make a light yellow. I used the yellow oxide and some of the bismuth yellow. I'm just gonna kind of pepper in some of these lighter hints, very thin. could probably use a smaller brush, but I'm just going to kind of dry brush in a few little... That's what I think it is that I'm seeing, because it doesn't feel like they're intentional brush strokes. It just feels like there's like a lighter version of this canvas showing through. Here, just peeking in places. Or maybe he started out with lighter brush strokes and then darkened them up over and left just a little bit of this color peeking through. So let's do just a little bit like of a slightly more saturated green here. Maybe burnt sienna and the phthalo green mixed in with this color. And I've got some of this yellow, so it's toning it. So let's do like a mid-tone kind of greenish. And then we can use this to kind of go over the top of some of those yellow bits, tone them down a little bit.
I never really noticed it, but on the left edge of the painting, is that like exposed canvas?
Yeah, yeah.
So do you think it's flaked away over the years?
It could be, or he may have just done it on a, on a board and just didn't go all the way to the edge there.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing what you don't see.
Right.
It's right in front of your
Yeah, I
eyes.
never noticed. Well, and I never noticed how far over the sun was here. I mean,
The moon.
Or the moon. Yeah, I keep saying the sun. The
Ornaments.
moon was, I know, exactly.
The big yellow one. Sorry.
Okay, I think that's good. I don't want to overdo. Until I painted it myself, and I'm like, oh, wow, that's an interesting... Like, I never really looked at it as an artist, like, gonna paint it.
Right, the swirl is the center of the painting, which is interesting.
Right. All right, mixing some of this green up with some cobalt here. I'm just gonna use it to...
You know who we need?
What?
Well, we need that guy from Oak Island that can tell us what year this was by the constellation.
Yeah.
And then project it onto Oak Island. Find where the treasure is.
I see.
This is the key right here.
This is the key to Oak Island treasure.
Mm-hmm.
I think you need to go on the show and present your findings. Do a whole PowerPoint presentation about it. This needs to be moved over because this is...
Wow, my beard was not very gray back in 2017. Sorry,
It's amazing.
I took a selfie in front of this painting there, and I was like, oh my gosh.
That looks so different.
Sorry, it had nothing to do with this.
No, it's okay. I'm just adding some little swirly bits of trees right here. I'm going to get cobalt and then some Prussian blue here. I hope that you can see, I mean, I do the palette on screen so that when I get into painting like this, sometimes I forget to mention what I'm doing. I just get so in my thoughts that I kind of forget, but you can see everything that I'm doing here. So if you're following along and painting along, hopefully you'll be able to figure it out, even if I don't do every little, mention every little brush stroke. I try, but sometimes I guess I'd get into the moment and get distracted. Right, getting some green, some of that light green, the Prussian blue. Bring this up a little bit. I'm just kind of making small corrections to my composition here. I'm seeing where I'm running out of room Down here, getting some Prussian blue. All right. I could keep going, but I think I'm gonna.
That is pretty cool.
Call it close to done here. Do a couple more little details on some of these houses, but again, I could, you know, we could go and go and go on this one, and I'd still see things later that I wanted to do, but yeah, we're definitely lighter. So now that this is dry up here, what you can do if you want to tone it down is you could do like a little glaze. I might do a little bit of burnt sienna.
Ooh.
And maybe some Prussian blue. That's it. Those two together. And maybe not everywhere, but just like on some of the light blue areas that are looking a little too bright. Help tone it down a little bit. You can see what that's doing. There, just tinting it down slightly. My yellows are probably okay. It's just my blues that are a little bit too bright in this area, I think. Yeah, that's helping. Just a little phthalo blue and burnt umber, or burnt sienna, I mean. Plus this kind of unifies the whole thing a little bit, makes it feel a little bit more, you know, together. Yeah, that's better. That's better. I didn't make much of it. You can do it down here too if you need to.
Well, I'm sure it also is. Have they cleaned it ever?
Well, that's what I wondered. That's what I was saying. It could be dirty because it could be that he had brighter colors and it's gotten dark over the years. So
I think this was once buried at Oak Island. And somebody found it.
okay. Well, I'm going to leave it there. It definitely probably could take another couple of glazes to tone it down a little bit more, but we've already gone way over our time, so.
But that's okay.
Super chat.
Super chat.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Thank you all for you do for us, Angela and Mark. You always give 110% on all your tutorials. This is especially beautiful and challenging one for us to try. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Pat. Pat Post. Thank you very much. Very sweet.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate that. A little bonus. All right. Very cool. All right. Hope you guys try this one. It was a lot of fun. I definitely think it is not particularly difficult. I mean, after doing it, I think the hardest part is just kind of figuring out the colors. But it's a pretty limited palette, even though it looks like I've got a ton of colors on there. It's really not that much colors. It's just yellow and blues, couple blues, and a little bit of green and brown, and you can get something of your own here.
Yeah,
so.
Somebody had commented that they had never really noticed how much detail is in it
Right.
until watching painting, and then you don't realize how many brushstrokes
Exactly.
are there.
Exactly. It's a lot. It's a lot. So it's a fun one for sure. I definitely hope you guys try it. I've really enjoyed doing it, and I feel like an hour and a half, 2.5 hours plus has been well worth. Ooh,
We got another one just came in.
I'm going to go ahead and sign it,
Okay.
even though it's not my original design. But
Let me see here. I'll put that on and put that on.
I don't know if I feel wrong signing it on his area there, but oh well. Aw, thank you, Celtic Peasant. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Very sweet.
Yes.
Appreciate that.
The support is amazing for sure.
You guys are the best. All right, yeah, I don't love that I put that on. That's kind of one of my favorite parts of the painting down there.
Ooh, yeah.
Uh-oh, it's too late.
Uh-oh.
It's dried. All right. Well, I just decided I needed to sign it, re-sign it. I was going to move it, but I'll just re-sign it over so I can see it. All right, there we go. You could probably do this with pens. I heard somebody was saying they did it with pencils. So I definitely think this is one that you could.
Yeah, it does seem like it is approachable.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
The impressionistness of it makes it approachable.
Right.
Because you know it's a house. You know it's the moon. You know
Yeah.
it's stars, but it's not an exact.
Right.
Exact.
Right.
You know, like people thought that the cypress tree was a castle.
Exactly.
You know, so it's what you see.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So I hope you guys have fun with it. Try it. And yeah, you can share with me on my socials. I got all my links down in the description. Also links to buy if you're looking for buying art supplies. I've got links down there for all the stuff that I use in my videos. My brush set is coming out soon, any day now. I keep getting emails. Princeton just sent out another email about the new brush set that's coming out. So it is any day now. I'll show you here. They already announced what's in it, so I guess I can probably, well, I don't know. I don't know if they didn't show it yet, so I can't show it. Don't take a screenshot there, but those are the brushes that are in it. My name on it. It's coming out any day, so I'll let you guys know. We're going to do lots of giveaways when it comes out, and yeah, this was a fun one to do for our celebration of 1,000 videos on YouTube, too. It's kind of a fun one to do. And I've been wanting to do it for a very long time. So, all right.
And happy Easter 2026.
Yes, happy Easter, guys. And we will see you next week. We're going to be starting on coral. All right. Hope you join us for that. We'll see you next time. Bye.